many parables that I have spoken were to encourage, give life lessons, and in some cases save someone's life. I thank the Most High for this gift that He's given me, and hope that it encourages you as I speak the things that He's given me. Parable 1. There once was a young couple that lived in the woods. A husband and wife had 2 children. They loved each other the way the Bible had respected for each other to love each other. The man, he loved his wife the way Christ loved his people. And the woman, she was very submissive to her husband in every form and fashion. On quiet days, they got the Bible and began to read scriptures to each other, taking care of the children and enjoying life, praying every night. The woman had just begun to fix a large meal in which he had already went outside and caught a deer. And now they were all going to eat and enjoy a wonderful meal. But the aroma from the meal was so intoxicating that the scent began to catch hold in the air, and a large grizzly bear began to smell it. It brought him all the way to the log cabin. While they were there sitting, enjoying the meal, they were not aware of the great danger that was. And suddenly they began to hear a growl. The bear was very, very angry and wanted that food with all cost. The man and the woman knew that they had to protect themselves, for that grizzly bear was too powerful for them all. So while the bear desperately tried to push down the door, the man began to place his wife and the 2 kids up in a loft that was inside of the log cabin. And as he proceeded to go up and put his 2 children up there, the bear desperately began to growl and started pushing on the door and pushing on the door. And the man, he finally got his wife up there, and then he finally got up there. And while they were there, the bear had almost walked into, almost desperately got into the log cabin. And while they were safe, the wife came over and she reached down, and what she wanted to do was to close the lock of the door, and she slipped and she fell down. The bear had already entered into the house. The husband had only seconds to make his decision of what he wanted to do. He couldn't go down there and help her because the bear would destroy and eat and possibly destroy all of them. So there was nothing that he can do but to hold on to his children and close the lock of his door and begin to pray. Oh God, please help us. I don't know what to do in this situation. And he heard the bear begin to growl, and he heard his wife begin to scream, and he heard his wife begin to scream, and he heard growling, and he heard screaming, and he heard growling, and he's screaming, and it was so much that he held his children real tight, and he began to hold them real tight and said, it's going to be all right. God's going to make a way. It's going to be all right. Even if it's just the 2-3 of us, it's going to be all right. And as the growling and the sounds of the cry were no longer there, the man waited a while and waited till it was quiet. And he proceeded to open up the loft to find out what was going on. Facing the situation that his wife may have been dragged out, or even that he would be eating her, he proceeded anyway. And he pulled down the door to look down. And what he saw was his wife's frail, small body say, "Come on down here and help me remove this carcass out of the living room." The moral of the story is that the Most High gave her the ability to destroy the bear. See, God can do anything. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Nobody wasn't expected. But if you believe, he believes. Thank you. Thank you. And may the Most High bless you so that you may know we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. It don't matter whether it was the woman or the man. The Most High was going to give them the victory. Be blessed, everyone.